You make copies?
Yes.
We will chant the Dhyana Shlokas together. Om Maunavyakya Prakatitapa Brahmatattva Yovanam Vashishthante Vasakshigane Avritam Brahmanishtai Acharyendram Karakalita Chinmudramanandarupam Svatmaramam Muditavadana Dhakshinamurti Ire Vatavitati Sanipe Bhumi Bhagye Nishannam Sakala Munijanana Jnanadataramara Tribhuvana Guru Nisham Dhakshinamurti Devam Janana Marana Dukkachera Daksham Namami Chitram Vatataro Mule Vriddha Shishya Guru Yuva Gurostu Vidyakhyanam Shishyastu Chinna Sanchaya Nidhaye Sarva Vidyana Bhijade Bhavarogina Gurave Sarva Lokana Dhakshinamurtaye Namaha Om Namah Pranavathaya Shuddha-jnaneka-murtaye Nirmalaya Prasantaya Dhakshinamurtaye Namaha Chibdhanaya Maheshaya Vatamula-nivasine Satchidananda-rupaya Dhakshinamurtaye Namaha Anguttha-tarjani yoga-mudra rajena dehina Shrutyartham brahma-jivayam darsayannopatachivaha Ishvaro guru-atmeti murti-bheda-vibhagine Vyoma-vyakta-dehaya Dhakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Vishvam Darpanadrishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam Pashyannatmani Mayaya Bhairivo Bhutai Yatha Nidraya యస్సాక్షాత్ కురుతే ప్రబోధ సమయే స్వాత్మానమేవాద్భయం తస్మై శ్రీ గురుమూర్తయే నమ ఇదం శ్రీ దక్షిణామూర్తయే. బీజస్యాంతరివాంకురో జగదిదం ప్రాణిర్వికల్పం పునః నిర్వికల్పం పునః మాయాకల్పితదేశకాలకలనా వైచిత్ర్యచిత్రీకృతం. వైచిత్ర్యచిత్రీకృతం మాయావీవ విజృంభయత్యభిమః యోగీవ యస్వేచ్ఛయా. తస్మై శ్రీ గురుమూర్తయే నమ ఇదం శ్రీ దక్షిణామూర్తయే. యస్యైవ స్ఫురణం సదాత్మకమసత్కల్పార్థగం భాసతే. సాక్షాత్ తత్వమసీతి వేదవచసా యో బోధయత్యాశ్రితాన్. యత్సాక్షాత్కరణాద్భవేన్న పునరావృత్తిర్భవాంభో నిధౌ. తస్మై శ్రీ గురుమూర్తయే నమ ఇదం శ్రీ దక్షిణామూర్తయే. When we say prapanchaha asti, jagat is, in that there is something to be understood, which we know. We have been looking into this for quite some time now. That is where from this is comes, to what this is belongs. Like in the case of ghata, we normally use the part is, and there is this understanding, this cognition is there, the part is there. Even though we may not express the part is and I am using it, I may not say that part is, I may not say. Not even I may have a vritti in my mind, as a thought in my mind, the part is, I may not even have. Yet this understanding is definitely there when I hold the part, when I use the part, that is ghataha asti, the part is, this cognition is definitely there. When I see the part, when I use the part, in and through all these transactions, ghataha asti, the astitva of ghata is there, this cognition is definitely there. And not only the astitva, ghataha bhati, ghataha spurati, meaning the ghata is seen, is cognized. The cognizability of the ghata, the revealability, knowability, etc. of the part is there. When I see the part, that ghataha spurati, ghataha bhati is there. Now this bhati, this bhanam, this spuranam Again, to what does this Puranam belong? We need to, the person has to understand, which we know. It's not that we don't know now, we know now. The Gata Satta, the isness of the pot, is because of the clay alone, Mrittika alone. So Mrit Satta, the isness of the pot is borrowed from the clay. Clay is, therefore pot is. And then clay is understood as the, when I understand that pot is clay pot, the clay buddhi is definitely there. For a kid it may not be there, but the kid comes to know that this is clay pot. So the clay is, and then the clay buddhi that is there. That clay buddhi does not go away. In and through all the gata vyavahara, the clay buddhi does not vary, does not go away. This we have been seeing in the Bhagavad Gita. Na sato vidyate bhavaha, na bhava vidyate sataha. We have been seeing recently. There is no vyabhicharati. Sad buddhihi na vyabhicharati. Recall the Gita Bhashya, right? Sad buddhihi na vyabhicharati. Gata buddhihi vyabhicharati, right? Gataha, sun, pataha, sun, etc. In that sun, in that Gataha vyabhicharati, pataha vyabhicharati, but sadbuddhihi na vyabhicharati. Even when the pot breaks, Gataha vyabhicharati, Gata buddhi vyabhicharati, but then sadbuddhihi anuvartate, continues. Where does it continue? As the broken shards, the broken pieces, asti, the broken piece, asti, the broken pieces are. So there the sadbuddhi continues. Gata buddhi goes, right? And that is displaced by piece buddhi, the broken pieces buddhi. But sadbuddhi anuvartate. It never gets displaced. Bhashyakara explains that in that Nasato Vidyate. What is Sat? He explains. So, it is the Satta of the Gata, of the clay, which inheres in the Karya, the Gata. Mrit, the Karana, the Satta of the Karana, right, inheres, flows in the Karya, the Gata. Sadbuddhi anuvartate. And that Sat is Karanam. So, Karanasya Satta Karye anuvartate. And therefore when we say Gataha Asti, it means that Astitva is from clay alone. And also by the Anvaya Vatireka, right? Gataha Mridi Sati, Gataha Asti. Mridi Asati, Gataha Nasti. Anvaya Mridi Sati. Mrit being there, Sati Saptami. Mrit being there, Gataha Asti. Mridi Asati, if the Mrit is not there, if the Mrit were not there, then there is no Gata existing, there is no Gata Buddhi for the seer, and there is no Vyavahara with the Gataha at all. By the Anvaya Vitireka also, we clearly understand that it is Karana Satta only which inheres in the Karya. Now the Jagat is Karya. We see it as a Karya, a Srishti. And the Srishti is, when we say Jagat is, the Srishti is, Srishtam Jagat Asti. In that Astitva of the Jagat, the Karanavastu of the Jagat is definitely there. That is to say that the Karanavastunaha Astitvam, right? The Astitva of Karanavastu inheres in this Karya, namely Jagat also. And what is this Karanavastu? Ishvaraha. Maya Upadikaha Ishvaraha or Brahma. or Atma is the Jagat Karanam. And therefore here Ishvarasya Satta alone, right? The Satta is purely for the sake of consideration. Ishvarasya Satta is not like Ghatasya Satta. Ishvaraha San, that's all. Ishvaraha is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. But for the sake of expression, for the sake of analysis, I am saying Ishvarasya Satta. Okay. Ishvaraha is San. Ishvara's Satta is not an adjective to Ishvara here, but Ishvaraha San. But for the sake of analysis, I am saying Ishvarasya Satta is the Jagat Satta. Right? And Jagat is not an independent entity. And this Jagat is dependent for its own Satta. Any dependent entity, that is, it is not Paramarthikam, it is not Satyam. Then on what this dependent entity depends to be seen, that entity is the Satyam on which this dependent entity depends for existence. Like even the Ghata depends on Mrit for its existence, for the Ghata's existence. Ghata is not Satyam, Ghata is Kalpita. Ghata is Kalpita, whereas Mrittika is the Satyam. This we have in the Chandogya. Vacharambanam vikaraha namadeyam mrittika ityeva satyam we have. So, the Karana Vastu alone is Satyam. And can we say Paramanu etc. as propounded by a group of people as the Jagat Karanam? That is not the ultimate Karanam. When we say Jagat Karanam, the Paramanus are also part of Jagat for us. For the Nayayika, Paramanu is not part of Jagat, and this Jagat comes from Paramanu, the Nayayika says. But for us, Paramanu also is part of Jagat, is part of the Srishti, is part of the creation. Not only Paramanu, what the Nayayika says, Dik, direction, and then Kala, time. These are also for us part of the Srishti. And therefore, it is not Paramanu which is the Mula Karanam for the Jagat, it is Parameshwara only, Ishvara alone. Therefore, this Ishvaraha San Satyam, Jagat is Kalpita. And this is known as, we know, Mithya, Jagat Mithya iti. So, the Adhisthana Satta, Brahma is the Adhishtanam for this Prapancha, and Brahma is the Adhishtanam for this Jiva also. That Brahma Adhishtanam, Adhisthana Satta is understood, is seen as the Aropita Satta, Adhyastha Satta. Adhisthana Satta is seen in the Aropita, as the Aropita Satta. Like the Ghata Satta is purely because of Mrit Satta. And similarly, so too, the Rajju Sarpa example, the Sarpa Satta is purely the Rajju Satta. Even though I may not see the Rajju, but I may say that I am Sarpaha, only I may say. But that I am Sarpaha, right? I may not even express the word I am. Okay, this is a snake. I may not use the word this is. I may say only snake. Okay. In my buddhi also, the vritti may be snake vritti alone. This idam vritti may not be there. The idam thought may not be there. But still, in and through that, even when not expressed, the idam vritti is definitely there, cognized. So that idam belongs to not to the sarpa, but to the rope alone. Okay? The idamta, the thisness belongs to rope only. And on to that, I superimpose this sarpa, and then sarpa buddhi also is there. Sarpa buddhi and sarpa is there. So, this Aropita Satta is from the Adhisthana alone. And that is what is said in the first line. Yasya eva Spuranam. Whose Spuranam alone? Spurana is manifestation. Whose manifestation alone? Whose knowledge alone? Which is in the form of Sad Atmakam. In the form of Sat. In the Swarupa of Sat. Sadatmakam Spuranam. And where it is seen, Vyavahara Kale Bhasate, it shines, it is understood, it is cognized. Where does it shine? Asat Kalpa Artha Gam, which is as though reached, as though gone to Ga. Asat Kalpa Artha Ga. From Ga, the word Ga comes from Gam Dhatu, that which has reached, that which is transferred to, imputed to what? Artha, entity, object. And what is it object really? Asat Kalpa. Kalpa means Sadrisha, similar to, like Asat. Asat means not Sat. Okay? Not is what is not Sat is Asat. We know on our analysis, through analysis we know that clay is Sat and then Gataha is Asat, we know. When we say Asat, we do not mean Pucham here. It is not like Maru Marichika. It is not like Sasha, Vishana, etc. But it is like Pratibhashika, like a dream, like a Vyavaharika Gata, like a Pratibhashika Rajusarpa, and like the Vyavaharika Mrit Gata. This is what we mean by Asat here. So, seen but not there, like the Rajusarpa. Seen and transacted, but it is not there, like the Gata. Okay? We cover both Pratibhashika and Vyavaharika by the word Asat here. Asat Kalpa. It is really, if you look at, is there a Gata really? Is Gata an entity? No. Is the Sarpa, Raju Sarpa, is it an entity? Is it a being? It is not really. It is not a being. So, here therefore it is Asat Kalpa. It is as if it is as good as not there. As good as something which is not there. Asat Kalpa Artagam. It has reached, it is transferred to Yasya Sat, the whose Satta and whose Spurti. Satta and Spurti is transferred, is seen in Asat Kalpa Artha. Coming back to the example of Gata and Mrittika, Gata Satta is from Mrittika Satta. And the Gata Spuranam, Spurti. Spurti here meant to the transaction, the usefulness, our cognizing the part, our value for the part, etc. All this, the part is, the part exists now, the part is here. These are all the Spurti with reference to the Gata. It all belongs to Mrit. So, Gata Satta is really Mrittika Satta. And similarly, Gata Spurti is really Mrittika Spurti. But then, where it is transferred to, we don't say Mrittika Asti, bring the Mrittika, we don't say. Put some water, put some water in the Mrittika, we do not say. Put some flowers in the Mrittika, we don't say. We say Gataha. Put some water in the Gata, bring the Gata, make this Gata, buy the Gata, break the Gata, etc. we say. So in and through all this, the Satta and Spurti, as though it appears in the Gata only, but really it belongs to Mrittika. So too, the Jagat Satta and Jagat Spurti is Ishvara Satta, Ishvara Spurti, Atma Satta, Atma Spurti alone. That is what is said here. Yasya eva Spuranam, or Yasya Spuranam eva, whose Spuranam Spurti alone, asatkalpartagam bhasate. It is seen, it shines, as though belonging to a vastu, an entity, artha, which is asatkalpa, which is really not there. From the light of paramartha, from the light of satyam, that is not there. Asatkalpartagam bhasate. What is this asatkalpa artha here? Prapancha. This prapancha is the asatkalpa artha here. Okay. And within the jagat, we have various entities, right? Like the mountain is, tree is, the river is, the sun is, I am, you are, he is, she was, it will be. All these are all asatkalpa. And all this is, was, will be, everything belongs to Brahma, Ishvara alone. So, Karana Satta, Karye Anuvartate. So that's why, take away the Satta, there is no Prapancha. Take away the Spurti, there is no Prapancha. Therefore, this Jagat is Kalpita, Asatkalpa, Anirvachaniya, Mithya, Mayika, Adhyasta, Aropita. We have a plethora of words describing the true nature of this Jagat. Why this Agraha, Jagat is not real, Jagat is not Paramarthika? Why this Agraha? Because of this Purushartha Siddhi. In connection with the Purushartha Siddhi, we are looking at it. Purushartha Siddhi is there only when the Advaita is understood. Therefore, purely in the light of Purushartha alone, we are looking at the nature, the true nature of this world. When we are in the Vyavaharika, we deal with the Vyavahara, we deal with the Prapancha world, we keep that Vyavaharika parameters, Vyavaharika paradigm, model, framework intact, and we deal with that. But when it comes to Purushartha, when it comes to the value of reality, there it is different. It is Kalpita, Aropita. Alright. Now, Yasyaiva Spuranam Asatkalpartagam Sadatmakam Bhasate. Yasyaiva Sadatmakam Spuranam Asatkalpartagam Bhasate. Now, this true nature of this Prapancha and the Jiva are very clearly presented, shown, taught in the Shruti. And this Shruti I learned from my Guru. And that Guru points out the true nature of this Prapancha and the true nature of me, the Jiva also. The true nature of this Prapancha is Brahma. The truth of this Prapancha is Brahma, Ishvara. And the truth of me, the Jiva, is Atma. And I, the Atma, is that Brahma Jagat Karanam. This is taught through the Mahavakya Tat Tvam Asi. This teaching of the Shruti by the Acharya is said in the second line, Yaha Ashritan Tattvamasiti Veda Vachasa Sakshat Bodhayati. Yaha Bodhayati, the one who reveals, the one who makes one understand. Buddhyate knows. Bodhayati makes the other person understand. The teaching is for the sake of making the other person understand. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, all that we do is for the sake of this Bodha, this understanding alone. And this Ashayaha Bodhayati. Who is the one who Bodhayati? Guruhu. Guruhu Bodhayati. Guru Rupena Bodhayati. And Katam Bodhayati? Sakshat Bodhayati. Clearly. Aparokshataya. It is not that I know Brahma, I know Atma, but it is I am Brahma, I am Atma. Sakshat Bodhayati. Meaning, there is no idea, there is no iota of any difference, Veda, between me and Ishvara in terms of Swarupa. And me, the Jiva, and Brahma, there is no difference whatsoever. I am Brahma, I am Ishvara, Swarupena. And then everything is Brahma. When we say I am Brahma, it means everything is Brahma. Sarvam Brahma. Sarvam Khalu Brahma. Idam Brahma. Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. When we say I am Brahma, Sarvam Brahma. I am Ishvara, Sarvam Ishvara. So, only when a person understands that, right, it is not merely heard, but it is understood, comprehended, assimilated, owned. Okay? Like even when I am awake, there is no doubt, there is no ignorance whatsoever about my notion, my understanding that I am the waker, I am a human being, I am man, I am a woman, etc. There is no doubt, no ignorance whatsoever. So clear, so firm. And in and through all my vyavahara, in and through all my cognition, experience, this knowledge runs through all that. I am a waker, I am a human being. This runs through all that. In spite of the varying experiences, the invariable understanding that I am a human being is there. So too, I am Brahma, I am Atma, Sarvam Brahma, Sarvam Ishvara. This buddhi runs through all vyavahara, right? As the Kenopanishad says, Pratibodha Viditam Matam. A very important vakya. Kenopanishad. Pratibodha Viditam Matam. What is the correct understanding of Ishvara, Brahma, Atma, Pratibodha Viditam? In every bodham, prati, in each bodha, in each cognition, in each experience, in each transaction, right? Asti, 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 asmi, asmi, asmi. This is the Pratibodha Viditam, the invariable presence, the invariable truth in and through all bodha, all cognitions. And that is the full understanding, Matam. Pratibodha Viditam. What is Vidita? Known in Pratibodha, every bodha, that is Matam. That is the correct understanding, jnanam of one's Swarupa. And therefore, this jnanam abides, stays. This is not displaced, okay? Not change. This does not change. This is the invariable cognition. Understanding is there in and through all cognitions, all vyavahara, all experiences. This is the Sakshat Bodhayati. Tvam Asi. You are. Okay? Tvam Asi. You are Tat. You are that Param Brahma Jagat Karanam. Iti Sakshat Bodhayati. And what is this Tattvamasi? Acharya says, Veda Vachasa. By the word Vachas, by the word of the Veda. Veda is Upanishad, Shruti, and this Veda Vak, Veda Vani, Veda Vachasa Bodhayati. Here, Veda is the Pramanam. Pramana for knowing this Aham Brahma Asmi. Aham Manushyaha Asmi. It is evident to me, or it is Pratyaksha Siddha. But Aham Brahma Asmi, that's only Shruti Siddha it is. Shruti Pramana Siddha only. The table is, the pot is, the clock is, these are all Pratyakshadi Pramana Siddha. But the truth of the clock and the table, etc., and the truth of me, the seer, is Ishvara Brahma, is only from Shruti. So, Veda Vachasa from Asiti. And the word Tattvam, the Vakya, Tattvamasi, we see in the Vakya Vritti, and we see in the teaching, we see by Bhagatyaga Lakshanaya, we know that. The word Tat and Tvam have their normal, popular connotations, meanings are there. These are words used in our language, right? Linguistic. Tat, Tvam are words in that language. And these have the popular meanings. Tvam, you, individual. Tvam, Manushyaha. Tvam, Balakaha. Tvam, Balika, etc. That is a normal, common connotation is there. And Tat refers to something which is remote, that, meaning something paroksha, usually at a distance, and usually paroksha, taditi paroksha. So, these are the common meanings, usual meanings, but here the Shruti does not use these words in that meaning, that is not in the Vachyartha, but through the Lakshana Vritti alone, method of Lakshana, implication alone. So the Tvam refers to you, the individual, I, the individual, embodied being, limited, different from everything else, right? That's all the Vachyartha of the word Tvam, and in that Tvam is equated to Tat here. What is the meaning of this Tat here? Tat is Paroksha. Is that referring to any object which is Paroksha? No. Here it refers to Ishvara Jagat Karanam. Aitadatmyam idam sarvam. Yes, Shvetaketo, all the truth of all this, Tat only. Sat alone. What was said as Sadeva Somya, idam Agra Ashit, Ekameva Advitiyam, and Tadaikshata, etc. That is the truth of all this. He Svetaketu. Idam Sarvam Aitadatmyam. Etad Atma Asya. Iti Aitadatmyam. Tadita. Okay. Etadeva Atma. Atma means the truth, the Swarupa of all this. Idam Sarvam Aitadatmyam. And that is the Tat. And what is the Tat? Jagat Karanam, Ishvara, Brahma. And you are that. Tat Tvam Asi. Now here, the word Tat has the usual sense of Paroksha. And it refers to Ishvara, Brahma here. And then these two are equated. Tat and Tvam are equated. Here, there are a lot of issues, questions, doubts, philosophies, right, beliefs, lot of problems are here. Most of them are emotional issues. In understanding the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, the major issue at hand is emotional issues. The cognitive issues are not so much, not much in the sense they are not in the way of understanding, not so much. But the emotional issues are so much in the way which prevent a person, which block a person from seeing the teaching, seeing the truth, owning the truth, accepting the truth. The emotional issues come in the way. And usually these emotional issues are couched as intellectual questions, doubts, objections, ideas. People don't say that I have an emotional issue with knowing that he is knowing Ishvara, Tattvamasi. But they pose as doubts, questions, objections, alternate ideas, etc. An inability for the time being to see the teaching, the truth, an inability. The main problem is emotional issues. and that needs to be addressed. Without addressing the emotional issues, it remains paroksha. Only teaching remains paroksha only. However hard my guru may try, how many times, whatever the person guru may teach me, whatever be the prakriya the guru may use, it may still remain paroksha only for me. There may not be a problem of trust here or shraddha here, but the problem of assimilation will be there. There may be a problem of not accepting also is there. That also may be there. Right? Not accepting. No. What you say, I can't accept. That is also there. More than that, the problem of not assimilating, not comprehending will be there. I may not say that what the Shruti says is wrong. Rather, I may even say that I believe that what the Shruti says is right. I have trust in the Shruti. I believe that it is right, but I don't understand, I don't comprehend. It will be there. Like Arjuna says, Sarvametat Rutam Manye. Whatever you say, Krishna, I believe that this is true. Okay. I believe that whatever you say, Krishna, etc. Like that, it may still remain as a belief. Only remain a belief. When it is paroksha, what is the loss? What do I lose? What do I gain when I understand, when I comprehend? The jnana phalam will not be there in full. The jnana phalam will not be there. What is the jnana phalam? Purnata, satisfaction, fulfillment, ananda. The fulfillment will not be there. Freedom will not be there. The discovery of freedom will not be there. It is not that I add to my freedom or fullness, I discover my innate freedom, fullness. That I will not think that I am free. That I am purna. That will not be there. I will not feel, I will not think that I am purna. The discovery of moksha, the fulfillment will not be there. And it is for that alone, for that discovery alone, that I have Shastra Pravritti, Shraddha, Sadhana, Guru Upasadhana, all that I have. Therefore, that will be seen, there will be a gap between what I believe, what the Shruti says, and what I comprehend. This has to be seen. And therefore, here there are a lot of questions here. How can this Jiva be Ishvara? How can Jiva be Ishvara? Other than us who hold on to Advaita, all are Dvaitis only. All are Dvaitis only. They may go by different names, but all are Dvaitis only. And all of them are Prapancha Satya Vadinaha only. Prapancha is Satyam for them. The Jivatvam is Satya for them alone, is Paramartika for them. There is one emotional issue which is very basic, that is fear, bhaya. Fear is very, very fundamental to all beings. People may say, I am not afraid of anything. Now you are not afraid of certain things, that's all. I am not afraid of cockroach, that's all. I am not afraid. But then there is a very deep-seated sense of fear is there. Only the mukta person, only the Jivan Mukta is free from fear. Everybody else has fear. some fear or other, some apprehension, some doubt, some insecurity will always be there. As long as one discovers this Aham Brahma Asmi, one understands that, till then fear will be there. And in this fear, the fear expresses in many ways, and one such way is the Swanasha Bhaya. Swanasha. I will become non-existent. This Swanasha Bhaya is also expressed as the Marana Bhaya, the fear of death. Swanasha Bhaya alone is Marana Bhayam. I may say, I don't have Marana Bhayam. If I am Asanna Maranaha, then I should say. When death is nearing, then I should say that. Okay? When I am Sammukha, then Mrityu is at Sammukha, then I should say. Not when I am young and healthy, when I think that I will live for long, right? I don't have Marana Bhaya. I have not faced yet. I have not gone through. I have not come to terms with that yet. Face to face with that. There is Marana Bhayam. This Marana Bhaya, I repeat here, only the Jnani is free from this. Everybody else has this Bhaya, and Svanasha Bhaya, and Marana Bhaya. Alright. This Svanasha Bhaya is one of the major factors in hindering, in blocking the understanding of the Shruti teaching. It is very, very, very curious situation. Okay? The curious case of this Jiva. Okay? The Jiva wants to be free from Bhaya, right? And the Shruti says that you are Abhaya. Okay? You are Atma, you are Brahma, you are Purna, you are Abhaya only. Abhayam Pratishtham Nindate. Okay? You are Abhaya. And Yajnavalkya tells Janaka, Abhayam Praptaha Asi. Janaka, hey Janaka, you have gotten Abhaya. You are free from fear. You have discovered the freedom. Janaka, Yajnavalkya tells Janaka in the Brihadaranyaka. So Abhaya is what the individual seeks, and the Shruti tells that you are Abhaya, and then Shruti tells me how to discover that also. The Shruti tells, but this fellow, no. What leads to Abhaya, this fellow can't see, can't accept it because of Svanasha, curious case. Okay? You want to be free from Svanasha Bhaya? Yes. Look into Shruti. Listen to Shruti. Try to comprehend. Try to understand. Do the necessary analysis, right? And take to whatever sadhana is ready. You discover the Abhaya in yourself. No. What the Shruti says, if I take to, I will become non-existent. Svanasha will be there. Svanasha Bhaya will not go, but Svanasha will be there. This is the curious case. Okay? The curious case of the samsari. As we have in some books and cinemas, okay? The curious case. And this Bhaya, Svanasha Bhaya, that expresses in many ways. In a refusal, the fear expressing as the refusal to accept the Shruti and what the Shruti says. Shruti as a pramana, people don't accept, and even some people who accept Shruti as a pramana do not accept the Tattvamasi, we do not accept. Both stem from Svanasha Bhaya only. Very, 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 very curious this is. The Shruti tells the way to be free from Bhaya, and this fellow holds on to fear and then refuses to. Like the kid, right? The mother and the kid is not well, and the mother is trying to give some medicine to the kid, and the kid just flatly refuses to take the medicine. No. tight-lipped, okay? Won't work. I won't eat the food. You want to be free from fever? Yes, mummy. Take this medicine. No. Hatha. This is called hatha, okay? So like a child. Okay. So here people come up with a lot of questions. Alright. Now, I am a jiva, okay? What happens to me? When you say that you are Brahma, okay? You are Ishvara, you are Brahma, okay? And what will happen to me when I know that I am Brahma? What is Brahma? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. Tell more. Then this Nirgunam Brahma, free from Janma, Marana, etc. Okay? Free from all limitations, free from body, free from mind, free from senses. Okay? So, Satyam Jnanam Anantam is different, Purnam Brahma is different, but it is Nirgunam Brahma, Ashariram Brahma, Amanaha, etc. etc. I am familiar with having a body only. So I will become bodiless, I will become mindless, I will become senseless. Right? What will I be then? Will I be a ghost? No, you won't be a ghost. You won't be a ghost also. You will not even be a ghost. No, you will not be. I will not even be a ghost. Okay. So I know, as I know me, as I am only this. This is me. The mind is me, the body is me, and then my feeling is me, my idea is me, my belief is me. You take away everything, and then what is there left in me now? Nothing. Does it mean that by knowing that I am Brahma, I will become nothing? I will become non-existent? Thanks. No thanks. You are Brahma, keep to yourself. Okay? Keep to yourself. So, this jiva, will it become? What happens? What happens? Will the jiva go out of existence? Will vanish when there is jnana? Then, if jiva vanishes, suppose, which is not to my liking, okay? Not to my liking. I will become free from body, mind, etc. I don't like it. Anyway, so still, if when the person knows, you say that person is a muktaha, jivan muktaha you say. If jiva is not there, who is the muktaha? Right? Who is the muktaha? You talk of muktaha, jnani, etc. You say, who is that? Jiva is not there. Alright. And then moksha is a parama purushartha, you say. Yallabat na paraha labha. You talk in glorifying terms, okay? More than which there is no other gain at all. This is the Paramalabha, right? And this is like the Apuryamanam, Achala Pratishtam, etc. And then Sarvata Sampluta, I am quoting from Gita, Sarvata Sampluta Udakastaniyam, it's like the vast reservoir of water, inexhaustible, Purna it is. So you talk in glorifying terms, but who is the one? Who is the one who enjoys this moksha? Okay. You have to say jiva, or you have to say the jiva is not there. Jiva is there, moksha avastha. When I know I the jiva, I exist or I don't exist. If I don't exist, for whom is the moksha? Right. And if it is not for me, then why should I pursue? Why should I do all this? Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, Antaranga Sadhana, and then Shama, Dhamma, etc. Why all this? I would better side with the Charvaka. Yavat Jivet, Sukham Jivet. Ranam Krutva, Gritam Jivet. Right? As long as I am alive, make merry. Let me make merry. Yavat Jivet, Sukham Jivet. Merrily, let me live merrily. What is merrily? Partying. Every day, let me party. drink and do and party. Okay? Life is a endless partying. Let me party. And then I don't have money, no, take loan. Rinam kritva. And the convenience in the taking loan is here is that we don't have to bother about repaying the loan. So my interest is in, till I take loan, I am keen on taking the loan. But once I have taken the loan, repaying is not my headache. Whose headache it is? The lender's headache. It is the lender who has to bother about how to get this money back from this fellow. So in the olden days, people were very shy, very hesitant to take loans. They thought of as a shame to take loan. Right? Nowadays it is not so. We thrive on loans, credit, EMIs only. Right? Our life is dictated by EMIs and then loans, credits, etc. So it is said, Kamban, one of the great poets, when he wrote Ramayana in Tamil, he describes in one scene, he talks of Ravana. Okay, Ravana was troubled, deeply troubled, like a person who has taken loans. Kamban says. Now nowadays you have to modify it. Ravana was deeply troubled, like a person who has lent money, was given loans. When will it come? Will the fellow repay? All right. So Rinam kritva Ghritam pibe. That seems to be very practical. And people are doing it. Rather than why should I side with you? Why should I follow you? Rather than siding with the majority of the people. So if I am not there, why should I bother myself with all this? And if I am not there, for whom is the moksha? And who will be interested in swanasha? Okay? Nobody will be interested in swanasha. Who will try for all that? And therefore, you have to accept that jiva is there. You have to say that jiva is there. And if jiva is there, then only you can talk of making sadhana, practicing prayatana, etc. You can talk. When jiva is there, there is no advaita. Jivatvam will be there. Even in moksha dasha also, even in moksha also jiva will be there. When jiva is there, where is advaita? Is there a question here? And also, you say aikya, etc., oneness. There is no aikya here. There is only a difference. As the Vaisheshika says, there is only a difference. You are different, I am different, everything is different from everything else. We may be similar looking, our desks, okay, they may be similar looking, yet they are different. They are Vishishta. Paraspara Vaishishtyam, Paraspara Vishesha is there. One desk cannot become the other. So there is Veda only, there is division only is the truth. That is Pramana Siddham. Pratyakshena I see one table as different from the other. I may keep one desk on the another, but then still there are two. I see them distinctly. So this Veda, Dvaitam is Pramana Siddham. Right? When Dvaita is Pramana Siddha, where is Advaita? So the fellow attacks Advaita from two angles. Jiva is there. When Jiva continues, even in the moksha, where is Advaita? And then the Dvaita is Pramana Siddha. Where is Advaita? How can the Advaita be true? There are the two questions here. Therefore, and now the Shastra comes and says, it is exactly for this reason that Upadesha is necessary. Exactly for this reason alone, Upadesha is necessary. That Advaita is the truth of all the Dvaita. That the Dvaita is not Paramarthika. right? And Advaita alone is Paramarthika. It is exactly for this reason the Shruti comes. Now, your Purushartha, Parama Purushartha, you want moksha? Yes, no problem. And you understand moksha? Yes. Now, how can you discover moksha when Dvaita remains as Satyam? If Dvaita remains as Satyam, Paramarthika, then discovery of moksha is not possible at all. One may be better than what one is now, but one will not be totally free. And you are looking for freedom. You tell me, right, how do you discover this freedom? Keeping Dvaita as Paramarthika, how do you discover? You cannot. You cannot discover your freedom, total freedom, moksha, thinking, holding on to that thought that Dvaitam is Paramarthika. Only in Advaita there is the discovery of freedom because you are that. Now, so therefore only the Shruti is necessary. What you see is duality, you say, and you say it is Pramana Siddha. That is not true. Dvaita is not Pramana Siddham, it is Kalpitam, that is all. As we have seen earlier, there is no Pramana whatsoever to establish the Vastavikata, the Satyatva of Dvaita. There is no Pramana at all. Pratyaksha etc. do not establish the Satyatva of Dvaitam. They only reveal certain things, not the Satyatvam. This is a conclusion which we make, the Jiva makes, that Dvaitam is Satyam. This is a conclusion. Born of certain anubhava, certain experience, certain samskara, etc., this person makes a conclusion. That Dvaitam is Satyam is a conclusion. Dvaitam is perceived, okay. That is Pratyaksha Siddha. I see this, I the seer, I am different from the seen, that is Pratyakshadi Pramana Siddha. But this difference is Paramarthika, that is not Pratyaksha Siddham at all. There is no Pramana whatsoever. And on the other hand, there is Shastra Pramana, Shruti Pramana, to say that Advaitam alone Satyam. Advaitam Paramarthataha. As Gaudapadacharya points out, Advaitam Paramarthataha. Advaita is the truth. Advaita is Satyam, Brahma. And Ekameva Advitiyam, Satyam Brahma. That alone is the truth. There is Pramana. And therefore, and in the discovery of this alone is your gain of Purushartha. And therefore, you need to listen to the Shruti and you need to have a re-look. Into your own ideas, conclusions, beliefs. You need to have a re-look. This is what is Tattvamasi Vichara. Tattvamasi iti Ashritan Bodhayati. We will continue this further at 11:30. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Shishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari